Today we're going to be printing vintage t-shirts. What you're going to need are t-shirts. Go get yourself some quality t-shirts wherever you can buy them. You don't really want a lot of pockets or a lot of doodads that'll be going under a silk screen that could cut your screen. I also like to back my t-shirts on pieces of foam core that you might have to cut to different size t-shirts. Some for extra large, some for small, some for medium. What you want to do is stretch the shirt around it like a canvas where it doesn't move. You're also going to need textile ink, fabric or textile ink. It's made for going into t-shirts. We're just going to print black ink on light colored shirts today. Regular ink will just wash out. Tape and spoons, sponges, everything that we normally need for printing. So the first step is to stretch the shirts around it. And I would probably do that in advance. Have all your t-shirt forms, as many as you have, and just do it so you're not stopping after one shirt, after one shirt, after one shirt. Do 4 or 5 pieces of foam core that you can stretch these things tight, and then you don't have to stop. We also have a piece of Mylar down here that we're going to be doing a flop and drop, and that's just going to help us line it up to the collar. The rule of thumb on an image is 3 to 4 fingers from the collar. You don't want it too low. So we're going to stretch it. All right, so now we have the shirt on the foam core, but as you can see that it can move on you a little bit. So that's when I come in with some of the packing tape. And we are just going to tighten our canvas on the foam core, stretch it down a little bit. Okay, so I have one on the bottom. I'll turn it over to the other side. I'm gonna do the same to the sleeve. So I'm just going to grab that. And we're just kind of tightening it up so it doesn't have anywhere to move. And I usually do it at the bottom too. If you have, again, all the shirts ready to go, just makes your life and your job a lot easier. All right. So now when we turn it over, our canvas is less likely to move. It's got a nice kind of push back. Sometimes I will put a piece of tape at the collar to make sure that it doesn't slip, but it looks like it's doing all right. Okay, so now we have our shirts ready to go and we're ready to print. Normally you would have everything in the center of your screen. I've now moved it safer to the outside edge so that I can make adjustments with my t-shirt underneath to get it to line up. If you trap yourself in the middle and you can't move it, especially on big shirts, you really want to slide it as safe, again, 4 or 5 inches away from the frame, and you're just gonna have a better time with it. We're gonna set up a little bit of a flop and drop, which is I'm just gonna hinge. And remember on the flop and drop, the tape cannot go past the size of the Mylar, or it doesn't let you hinge it back. And what I mean by that is, if I had this down, there's no way you could bend it back without damaging your film. But right now, I've kept it within the plastic barrier, and look at this. I can hinge it, I can print on it, I can set my t-shirts up underneath there. I think we're ready for the setup right now. We have our hinged flop and drop so I can check each shirt and make sure it's in line. We have the screen hooked in here. We're gonna put out some ink. And on the first printing, I'm gonna print on the plastic, but with a shirt underneath it. It'll give us kind of that lift that we need to help with our registration issues. And so we have a squeegee, and we're just gonna prime it, get it ready to go with the textile ink. And again, the first one we're gonna print right now, we're gonna slide the shirt underneath. And I'm just gonna drop, even if it's not the best, I'm just gonna drop it on top of the plastic. Okay? We're gonna do a flood again. And again, what this plastic's gonna allow us to do is now line this thing up where it can be 3 fingers, center from the work. Now, if you had friends, you would have a friend hold the screen down while you're doing this. But because I don't have any friends today, I'm just going to use something heavy. You could do a household jug of something that basically what we want to do is just clamp it down right now so we can do a few passes. And so now I'm just going to do a loose flood, 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 and we're going to pull. Okay? And because we're doing it through a t-shirt and it's a 230 mesh, it may require a couple passes. So you have to find your own magic number. I'm just going to do 3 today. 3 passes usually is my usual number. So you may have to break a shirt, do a bad printing to figure it out. That's 2. All right, and the 3rd. All right. Take off our heavy weight. And let's see what we have. And viola.
Awesome.
Just something to know between prints, if you have a lot of detail that seems to be getting lost, you can actually, in between your print runs, is just throw a sheet of newsprint down and just print, blot it out, clean up your block on the newsprint between prints, and that will kind of clean things up and you'll be right on target again. So you could do this even though very little ink came off. It cleans the underside of the screen from getting loose. And we're going to print another one really quick for you. So I'm just going to put my block here and my shirt. We're going to do it on a white shirt as well. Puts this underneath. Line that thing up to 3 fingers as well. Again, my magic passes seem to be about 3. So I'm just going to do 3. I have a little bit of weight. I would just get a gallon of something that you can put on there, or have a friend hold it down. Just makes your life easier. Okay, so I'm just going to do a loose, 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 not even pressing down, just getting generous with it, and pull. And then loose, 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 and pull. And then loose, 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 and pull. And there we go.